Hello, my lovelies. Okay, so I'm not studying anything lately because I've been so busy. But last week, Eli went to the doctor with a sinus infection. And per the norm, they did a CBC and put him on antibiotics and other medicines for like sinus drainage and, you know, stuff like that. And I went on my merry way as usual. Told them, you know, I got him a letter for school and asked him, you know, when can he go back? And they're like, oh, he can go back tomorrow. It's just a sinus cold. And I was like, okay, because he had not run a fever, but I caught it extremely early. So sent him back to school. I shouldn't have done it. I should have kept him home, but I had some stuff planned, and I was like, I really need to get this stuff done. I had a doctor's visit. I had some other things I had to do. I was like, I really need to get this done. I was like, and if I explain to him that he's got a sinus cold, they will keep an extra eye on him for me, and they report back anything that changes. Picked him up, asked him how he's doing. They said, well, his nose was running a little bit, but he was doing really great. No fever. They said he didn't really eat a snack. They said, but, you know, overall he did really good. They're like, he did great. So, you know, nothing to worry about. He went to school the rest of the week, and they know if they ever need to call me, they can. Every time I picked him up, they're like, he's doing really good. Still a little nose running. They're like, but it's starting to run clear. They said, so he seems like to us like he's getting better. Friday, they're like, oh, he tore into snack. They're like, he tore through lunch and he tore through snack. He's doing great. Now, Eli has a tendency, like halfway through his antibiotics, he sometimes spikes a fever. We don't freak out about it anymore like we did when he was a small baby. We just start rotating his medications between Motrin and Advil. So it's like, hey, he spiked a small fever. I'm going to go ahead and start Motrin. 1 dose and his fever broke. And I was like, of course. I was like, I wonder why he does that. But, you know, it didn't really go through my mind like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. It was just like, I wonder why he does that. Because he always does that. Like halfway through his treatment, he spikes an odd fever. Give him a dose of like Motrin. Usually Motrin. If you start with Motrin, you're doing pretty good. And it breaks within an hour to an hour and a half at the longest. I've seen it last was like an hour and a half. He spiked a fever that night at midnight. And I was like, whoa, where did this come from? And it kept going. And it lasted all night. All throughout Friday into Saturday. All day Saturday. And that's where I started getting worried. I was like, something's not right. I said, he's starting to cough. I know he coughs with sinus infections, but this sounded different. All day Saturday, he coughed and ran a fever. All night Saturday night, he ran a fever, and it spiked at 103 degrees. Sunday morning, we got up. I was like, nobody do anything. We're going straight to the ER. Drop everything. Breakfast is going to have to wait. The kids can make their own breakfast. I mean, we have stuff. I was like, y'all stay here. If anything happens, keep your phones on. I'll call you. Me and Shannon run him up to the ER because we're like, I'm like, I don't freak out easily, but something's not right. I was like, I know when something's not right. Took him to the ER, and the doctor heard something when he's listening to him, you know, with his stethoscope, and he's like, I'm going to do an x-ray. And immediately I was like, no. What did he hear? Because they don't do x-rays on him because he has autism and it's problematic, and usually it's just sinus stuff. I mean, there's no reason to do an x-ray when it's just sinus stuff. You know, if you can hear that their lungs are clear, why do an x-ray, you know? But for some reason, this doctor was like, and I could tell he was kind of like, I don't know, concerned. And I was like, I know that look. And he's like, I'm going to do an x-ray if that's okay with you. I'm like, look, I signed the form. I released permission to you. Do what you need to do. And he's like, okay. So he did an x-ray, and I told Shannon, because he's like, what do you think it is? I said, it's pneumonia. And he's like, what? No. I said, yeah, this is pneumonia. I said, I got this gut feeling it's pneumonia. He's like, no. I'm like, yeah. I said, yes, it is. This is walking pneumonia. He comes back, and sure enough, bottom left lung, it's pneumonia. He's got walking pneumonia. And I like called it. I just had this gut feeling all of a sudden. You know, you just get this feeling that's just like out of the blue, and you're like, why did that thought even cross my mind? and then you turn out to be right, and you're like, oh, that's why. This was it. I was just sitting there. It was like something with pneumonia, and I'm like, oh, why did that thought cross my mind? And it's like walking pneumonia, and I'm like, that's specific. I was like, but why? And I don't know, call it mother's instinct. I don't know, call it human instinct. I really don't know if there's even a name behind it. I don't know. I just, sometimes you just, if you know, you know. And sometimes you just know. And I just had this gut feeling that it was pneumonia. And it was. And sorry, I was watching something. I got distracted for a brief second because I was like, what are they doing? Anyway, yeah. So here we are going back to the doctor. Whoop, speed bump. And yeah, just basically checking up on that left lung. I know it's only been a couple of days, but that was the recommendation of the doctor, the ER doctor. He's like, I'd take him back to his physician. He wanted me to go Monday. But I was like, Labor Day, they're not open. He's like, okay, Tuesday. And he said, I'd get him into his doctor, his primary physician. So I was like, yeah, that's no problem. I can do that. And here we are at his primary physician. Going to get, him checked on and see how he's doing. And he's on some pretty powerful antibiotics right now. And to say that comes with its own set of problems is an understatement of the year. But anybody who's been on powerful antibiotics, do I really even need to say what the problems are? So yeah, it's been something else. And it's like I said, he was just in there Sunday. It's only Tuesday and we're already having bathroom issues. But that's okay. I'd rather have bathroom issues than have him, damage that left lung. I could deal with bathroom issues. We ain't going anywhere anyway. Where are we going? Shannon comes home from work. I go to the store. I get whatever groceries we need. He stays home with Eli, so we don't have to go anywhere. Where are we going? We ain't going nowhere. So I'm fine with it. He's not going to school. No, not like this. So it's not like I have to worry about, are they able to deal with what's coming? And no, he ain't going to school. They ain't have to worry about it. He signed off for the whole week with a doctor's excuse. And I love our community teachers because they know. When they know, they know. They know that if he's on antibiotics, they do not want him at the school because we have some potty issues. But, he's only human after all. He can't help it because he has to go. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Hey, buddy, stay right there. Hold my hand, please. But we're walking in, and I don't like to video on these places because, people want their privacy. So, and I try to remain respectful of that. I have had people record on me when I'm in a doctor's office, and they're trying to take recordings of stuff that's happening to them, but I don't say anything, but I try not to do it. So, I will see you all later. I hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday, and I hope you had a better Labor Day than I did. But, take care of yourselves. It's pneumonia season. Bye. Hello, my lovelies. So, update on Elijah, or as we affectionately call him, Eli. He did great at the doctor. He really was a trooper, and they had to prick his finger to get a CBC. Didn't even faze him. He kind of looked at him like kind of surprised, but after that, they offered him some suckers, and he was all smiles again. Suckers and stickers. That's what it takes to make this child happy. Suckers and stickers. So they busted out all the suckers and all the stickers and offered him 2 of each, and he was happy. And that's all it took. So they did the blood test. It's within normal range. White blood count for someone his age is between 8,000 and 10,000, and he was sitting at 10,000, which is a lot better than it was when we took him Sunday. So It's within normal range. We're heading towards the right direction. We're definitely, yeah. So they listened to his lungs, and they could not hear any of the, like, the liquidy sound that the doctor heard at the ER. He said he had heard kind of like a swooshing liquid sound, which is why they did the x-ray. And I'm glad they did, because, you know, like I said, he had, I think I said, I'm trying to remember, did I say? Well, if I didn't say, I'll say it now. He had pneumonia in his lower left lung. And so I'm eternally glad that they did the x-ray. I'm so grateful. They listened. They didn't hear anything this time. And I mean, they listened and listened and listened and listened. And he could not hear anything that sounded like a sloshing sound or anything, or a whooshing sound, or whatever it was that the doctor heard that day. So, of course, they're not going to x-ray right away because we just started the antibiotics. By the way, he's doing much, much, much better. He's sleeping through the night. He's still got an aggravated cough, but we're just letting him kind of cough up the fluids and stuff. He is spitting something out, which is great. That's what we want to see. They're just like, let him. So he's doing really well. He is still on a steroid, and it's helping a lot. We've cut down. You kind of like cut down until you wean them off the steroids. So we're at the lower stage, stage 2, which is a lower amount each time. Instead of 10 milliliters, it's like 5 milliliters. And then it cuts down to 2 milliliters, and then you cut him off. So he's doing excellent. He's running, jumping, eating. He's very vocal, so he's getting enough air because he's very vocal. So we just monitor him for fever. If the cough gets too aggravated, which is not, it's getting better and better, so that tells me we're heading in the right direction. His overall being, is he happy? Does he seem tired, lethargic? You know, just keeping a very close eye on him, and monitoring throughout the night, and just making sure seems like he's getting better. And in my opinion, he's doing great. I know he misses his friends at school, but, you know, we've been doing stuff at home. I mean, we're not just sitting around, you know, staring at the walls. We've been doing, you know, things that try to mimic what school would do, you know, to the best of our ability. I don't have, you know, a playground like what they have, but we've been playing. We have stuff. And he loves it. He just misses his friends, and I get it. I know. I remember when I was a kid and I got sick. I hated staying home alone, you know, with just me and my parents. Even though, you know, things are different between me and him. You know, I'm actually engaged and involved with what's going on with him. I know it's still lonely, so I keep that in mind. If he gets a little fussy, he's lonely and he wants his friends. So yeah, we're heading in the right direction. Right now, I'm going up here to drop off his paperwork and to buy him a spirit shirt. I promised him I was going to buy him a spirit shirt. He was supposed to go back to school this week. Everything was supposed to be fine. He just had a sinus cold last week. Everything was supposed to be much better last weekend, and he was supposed to be back to school by Monday. And then everything took a turn for the worse. So, I mean, you know, it can't be helped. But his teacher is absolutely amazing, and she's willing to work with us. So she was like, just come on up and drop off the paperwork that excuses him for the week and the money to buy his spirit shirt, and she'll meet me at the side at the doors, and I'll just drop off everything there. You know, of course, she's always asking. She texts me all the time, how is he? Is he okay? We miss him. You know, I hope he gets to feeling better. Tell him I said hi, give him a big hug for me. She's an amazing teacher. So we are so grateful to have her. And yeah, just going about our daily lives. We haven't been going anywhere much. Tonight, for the first time in a while, we're going to go out somewhere and take him. But basically, lately, we've been staying at home because he's been so sick. We've just been sitting around the house, making goodies, watching movies, playing around. It's been actually kind of nice. So, you know, we're just like, wow, this is fun. Baking stuff, yeah, arts and crafts, goofing around, just anything to keep him from being in a bad mood, really. So it's actually been really fun. Other than I've been worried to death about him. You know, anytime he coughs or anything, I'm just like on edge, because I mean, I worry about my kids. They get sick, I worry. Even my 17-year-old, he gets sick, I worry. I mean, I'm a parent. But he's doing, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, he's doing much better. We're heading in the right direction. As long as nothing else happens, we're getting there. I can see that goal. We're getting there. He's going to be well by the time next Monday. I know it. I just feel it in my bones. He's going to be A-okay, and we're gonna be okay. So that's all for now. And I just want to say I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, staying safe. It is pneumonia season. Watch after those kiddos going from the hot to the cold to the hot to the cold. You know, they keep the classrooms cold, and then they go outside and it's hot, and they come in and it's cold, and they go inside and it's hot. That's just the perfect breeding ground for pneumonia. But I hope you're all staying safe. And did you know that September the 8th is Grandparents' Day? Leave a comment below if you're like us and you actually celebrate Grandparents' Day, because I'd like to know. So yeah, I will see you all soon. Bye. Hello, my lovelies. It is super early here and I am still super tired, but I wanted to give everybody an update on how Eli's doing. He went back to the doctor yesterday because the doctor wanted to see him and just kind of check on his progress. His lung is much better, his left lung. He didn't hear any fluid in it. He still has a slight congested cough, so we're not well yet. We're getting there. He's been put back on his antihistamine for the time being. We're definitely heading in the right direction. I got my shot and immediately started getting mouth sores, because that's what happens every time I get my shot. I start getting a light breakout because, yeah, I don't know. It's just how my body reacts to shots. He says that's a completely normal reaction. I just, it's such an annoyance. It feels weird. It always does. It's not as bad as it could be. I have got some, out here, that's why my lips are kind of scarred. So it's more inside. It's not as bad as it could be, but it's still super annoying. But I'm medicating it and it'll go away. It'll go away between now and, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. It won't be now, but it'll be like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So, mild inconvenience, but the shot needed to be done, so I'm glad it's over. That's all I can say. For another, when did he say come back in? December. So another 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. So, hey, yay. Because I go about 3 or 4 times a year depending on my blood count. And my white blood count was a little low, so he said 3 months, which is fair. Fair enough. I know some people who have had to go every month. Gosh, I can't imagine. I do it, but oh my gosh, just So anyway, this Sunday is Grandparents' Day. We're gonna celebrate with my mom. You know, my dad's passed. We invited Shannon's mom, and she said no. That's okay. It'll be me and Shannon, my daughter, our son, our oldest son, my sister, her husband, and their only child. Of course, my mom, if I didn't say my mom. We're going to Olive Garden. Haven't been there in a hot minute. You know, I used to go regularly, and it just got It got too expensive. But once a year ain't bad. I think, yeah, only once a year, yeah. We haven't been at all this year, so once a year ain't bad. I mean, come on. It's what my mom picked, and it is her day, so grandparents get to choose. And she doesn't get the concept of Grandparents' Day sometimes. We're supposed to treat her out. Sorry, Eli just coughed. And I just had something to pop up on my phone. It's so stupid, but that's a different topic for a different day. Anyway, getting back on topic. We're supposed to be treating her out, and she'll usually let us pay for her food, but then she takes the kids out and buys them gifts. And I'm like, Mom, we're supposed to buy you the gifts. And she's like, no. Nothing will make me happier than to buy these kids some gifts. So we just learned not to fight with her because she gets upset. And it's like, look, this is her day. Let her do what she wants. She's a grown woman. So we just sit back and watch the grandkids and their grandparents bond. And the kids, of course, the kids love it. But we get the joy of knowing that we did pay for her food. And it's a bonding experience. We get to pay for her food, and then we watch her bond with her grandkids in the way that her love language, which is buying them little gifts. Nothing real expensive, like trinkets and stuff. I know one year she bought Elena a really pretty bracelet, and it was like $9-10, and she still has that bracelet. And she bought my oldest son, oh gosh, I can't remember anymore, a card game, a deck of cards that he wanted. It was like $5-6. And then my youngest son, she got him a pack of underwear because, he still suffers from incontinence. And even though we're working with him, just not grasping the concept of going potty. But we're not giving up. We're getting there. The tiniest of baby steps, but we're getting there. The school's working with us. His therapist is working with us. We're working with us. So I have full faith he'll be fully potty trained by time 10. We just don't give up. And I can't remember what she bought my nephew. I can't remember anymore. I want to say some kinetic sand, but I could be wrong. And that's her love language. That's how she shows the grandkids she loves them. And they shower her in appreciation, and she just eats it up, and we pay for her meal, and in the end we all have a great day. And she enjoys it so much. She insists on doing it every year. Honestly, I would have forgotten by now if it weren't for her. So she insists on doing it every year, and I love it. I'm like, hey, you know what, sure. It's in September, and September is boring. Elena's birthday, I know Elena's birthday is actually August 5th, but Elena never celebrates during her birthday because she wants to wait till she goes back to school and sort of gets into school a little bit back with her best friend, and so she can bring her best friend along to go celebrate her birthday. And she can't do that if they're not in school. The best friend has some really strict parental figures. It's her grandmother. And she has some really strange rules, and they have to be like in school with each other for her to let her go. Anyway, it's a big thing. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. But anyway, so she waits till September. So September 15th, we're celebrating Elena's birthday because she's like, who cares what day it's on? A birthday's a birthday. Like, she doesn't care. She's like me. She doesn't care. She doesn't see dates as set in stone. She's like, it's whenever I decide to celebrate it. And I'm like, that's true. So even though her birthday's on August 5th, she doesn't celebrate till sometime in September. And this year's going to be September 15th because she did not want her birthday on Grandparents' Day. Fair enough. So, yeah, that's what we're doing in the next couple of days, or weeks, not days. Next couple of weeks. And, yeah. Eli has a reevaluation coming up. He hasn't been eval'd since 2020, July 2nd, 2020. And they're pushing for a new reevaluation. So we've been waiting for over a year. I started asking at the end of 2022. So yeah, over a year. And we got it. We're getting it this Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. We have a re-eval, and it's gonna take all day, but we take lunch, and it'll be all right. Ooh, I've got to go now. Eli's waking up, and he's coughing. I gotta get his medicine in him. But I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Stay safe out there. It's still pneumonia season. Bye. Okay, my lovelies, this is probably where I'm going to end this video because everybody's doing good and we're doing fine. We're just on the mend, I guess you could say. He's feeling fine. He's playing right now his toys and watching TV. But I wanted to show you this. I've been eating Silky Gems for quite some while, and no, I'm not sponsored. I just really like them. And I've had the Jimmies, and I've had the jam-filled ones, and now I've got this. Look what it's got written on it. TikTok viral crystal candy. What? I wasn't expecting that, but I got the sour ones. Apparently, there is a sour powder inside somewhere. I'm not sure where. Maybe that's it in the back. I'm not sure. That's what I've been told, is that it has a sour powder inside for you to like dunk them in. And I'll video it when I try them. I mean, I'll do a video. So I'm like incredibly excited about this because there we go. Anyway, I think they'll be really good. I love the flavor and the texture, and there's some really interesting colors in there. So all right, that's where I'm gonna end this video. But I hope you're having a wonderful September so far. And stay safe out there. As I've been saying, it's pneumonia season. And I will see you all later. Bye.